Mr. Bhushan, why is this happening every year? Why is there no process in place to stop it? And what's prompting it? Just climate change or mismanagement of the forests?
Karthikeya, first of all, the last time we talked, I did talk about unsustainable, development and management that is happening in Himalayas. Now, if you look at last 20 years data, there is certainly an increase in forest fire in Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, in fact, part of J&K as well. So there's a secular increase in forest fire numbers as well as area under forest fire in last 2 decades. Now, it is a combination of human factor as well as climate change. You have a very peculiar situation today when the temperature is very high. In fact, there's heat wave in Himalayas. Again, a peculiar situation. You have dry air and you have dry biomass. So it's a very combustible mix. And then you have human factor, whether it is campfire or someone just throwing a BD, will light, a large amount of, large areas of forest. And this is what we are seeing. The problem is this, Karthikeya, that earlier it used to be small areas. Now the area, the intensity as well as area of forest under fire is increasing significantly. So the simple answer is it's a combination of global warming, management of forest, as well as the way we are doing development in Himalayas.
Is it also because of the fact that there is tremendous intrusion? People are everywhere. Those places have become accessible, which maybe 50 years ago were not.
Well, yes, but people have always been in forests in India. In fact, India is a very peculiar country where about 300 million people live in and around forest. 300 million people, that's the population of United States. So, in fact, when people tell me about forest management, I say that there are 300 million people to manage forest. Forest management in India will only happen when local community or, for example, forest fire management.
I completely understand. American understanding of the forest is independent of Homo sapien. Indian's context of understanding of forest has to be in context of the Homo sapien, because mythology, story, God, divinity, it's all part of the forest. I completely understand.
It is, but I think there's two distinct things here, Karthikeya. One is communities who are dependent on forest and they have interest in sustainable management and use of forest. And then there is outside community who wants to enjoy forest as a natural reserve. It is something, a nature to be enjoyed and the development that is associated with that. So there are two very distinct things.